guys. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is a project called Over and Above. Basically, you're going to be doing a portrait and a quote on a piece of paper. I've printed off some quotes here, but I'd like you to research your own. And I've got some really good examples of hope quotes, friendship quotes, love quotes, or motivational quotes, whatever you would like. And I've got some examples here. So this one is, see the light in others and treat them as if that's all you see. This one is called, hope is seeing the light in spite of being surrounded by darkness. And I like this one, friends fight for you, they respect you, include you, encourage you, need you, deserve you, and stand by you. Hope is the only thing stronger than fear. Every storm runs out of rain. Don't wish for it, work for it. A beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. Once you choose hope, anything's possible. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew the right spirit within me. Okay, so these quotes all have positive connotations to them. They're about friendship, they're about hope, they're about something positive, okay? So that's what you guys need to do. You need to find a positive quote. Try and make it shorter rather than longer because you're going to be drawing it onto your page. The next thing we need to have a look at is how to draw a portrait. And I've got some pages here. You are only going to be drawing the top half of the head because we're going to cut our piece of paper in half. And so your eyes and the eyebrows and the hair are quite important. And so what I'm going to get you guys to do is I'm going to give you an A3 piece of paper and you are going to rule a line right in the middle of your page. The bottom part is going to be for the quote and the top part is going to be for the portrait. So it kind of will look like that with the quote underneath. Okay, so go ahead, grab your ruler. I've chosen to do this one, hope is the only thing stronger than fear. And so I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to line off the bottom part, and I'm actually going to draw those words in bubble letters underneath. And I did show you guys how to do this with the graffiti work, so we're going to just do a little portion of it. Basically what I need you to do is write out the words in capital letters, and then you do a block around them to make them big and fat. So just block around your letters to make them thicker, and then you're going to take a black marker and you will outline around your letters. You can do that all the way through your quote. That's why I'm saying to you should try and choose a quote that's a little bit shorter because you're going to be drawing it out yourself. Okay, we're going to start with the portrait now, and what we need to do first is get the shape of the face right. So now everybody's got different faces and different styles of jaw lines and all those kind of things, but the very basic beginning part is that you're going to be doing kind of a circle and then you're going to be adding on the jaw part a little bit later. So I'm just going to draw up a rough sketched circle, and then I'm going to make two kind of straight-ish lines going right down from the bottom of my circle, and then I'm going to add my little line where the chin is, and it's got quite like a strong jaw, this picture that I'm drawing here, but I want you, when you're doing this yourself, just to kind of remember what you look like and try and make it match as much as possible to what you look like. So that would be a basic shape for a human face, okay? The next thing we need to look at is the placement of the eyes and the nose and all of that kind of thing. So if you draw a cross right down the middle of your page, so one line goes straight through your face and the other one goes sideways right through the face as well. It's literally in the middle. So that will give you a good indication on where the eyes are supposed to be, where the ears are supposed to be, and the eyebrows, etc. So if you do two kind of balls on either side of that initial line, and then a line underneath that, you'll be able to see where I'm going to be putting the nose and the mouth. Bear in mind that we are only going to be doing the eyes and a little bit of the nose and the eyebrows, so that's where I'm going to kind of focus on for you guys. So there the eyebrows are at the top of those circles, and then you're going to draw the eyes in. The hairline is interesting because it doesn't actually sit on that line that we've drawn. It is kind of like bigger because we've got volume in our hair. So we're going to have a look at that. You basically draw kind of like sideburns on the side, and then you have like a roundish cap on the top, which I know sounds very strange, but just bear with me. Right, once you've got your hairstyle correct, you're then going to be going to where you've left the line where the sideburns are, and that's where your ears come in. So you kind of just do it like a long little worm on the either side of your face there. And now we're going to move on to the eyes. Now the shape of the eyes are not round, okay guys, they are oval with points on the side. So when you draw them, start along that line, draw the top half as like a smiley face and the bottom half, and then don't forget they're also tear ducts, okay? And then another thing is that when you're drawing eyes, you won't actually see the entire pupil, because otherwise it looks like this person would be terribly afraid. So this is a very basic way to draw a relatively proportioned human face. And so now that we have a basic understanding, we're going to move on to our main piece of work, and we're going to draw ourselves onto that piece of work. Okay, so when we're thinking about this portrait, we're obviously only doing half the face. So what I've done is I've done kind of like an upside down U shape on the top of my line there above my quote. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my ears, I'm going to add the kind of hairstyle I have, and I'm going to try and make it, the portrait, as big as I possibly can in that space that I've got available. So as you can watch, we start doing the hair, etc, etc, and you start filling in all your details. Okay, so the next part is I'd like you to add some sort of background. I'm going to add some stars here, but you could do lines or circles or whatever the case is. We are going to outline this with marker pen, and then we are going to use oil pastels. And I thought oil pastels would be good because we can make our complexions nice and smooth, and they've got a variety of colors of skin tones, so we can get it looking exactly like who you are. You'll notice that when I'm doing my marker pen, I'm not actually making solid lines. I'm doing kind of like a sketchy feel. I think that might be better when you're doing your outline. Something to bear in mind also is that when you do your eye and you do your pupil, where the pupil is the little black part, please leave a little glint of white in those eyes to make them look more alive. That's really important. Okay, now we can move on to the oil pastels. I was thinking that when you start with your oil pastels, protect the bottom part of your quote by using an extra sheet of paper just to cover it, and then we can get going with our oil pastels. As you'll see that there are a variety of skin tone kind of colors, and what's great about this is it means that we can blend beautifully to get our exact skin tone, which is wonderful. So I'm going to show you, it's basically kind of funny because you're going to use the makeup contouring idea to create our picture here. So for this particular one, you take a darker peach tone and you're going to highlight the dark areas in your face, and then you take the paler peach tone and you blend into that, and what it will do is it will create a 3D effect for your face, and that will make it more realistic. So once I've done this, guys, I'm going to put some brown in my eyebrows, I'm going to add some color to my hair, I'm going to add different colors to my hair to try and make it a little bit lighter and darker in some places. I'm going to make his eyes blue, and I'm going to use the light blue and dark blue to kind of give that depth as well. So you'll find that it's quite fun to use the oil pastels. You can smudge them, you can add different colors to them, so I'd really like to see your creativity come out here. I've just done a crazy star background, but you are able to do any background that you like, and then just try and keep that piece of paper where it's covering your quote, because that will keep it nice and clean, because you'll find that the smudging of the oil pastel is pretty hectic. Also try and keep your hand up off the page so that you don't get oil pastel all along the sides of your palms, which will make it all smudge. When we're moving on from this, we're going to do some color in our letters, and then we are going to be done. So well done, boys.